Gold Diggers. This is your girl Rita, also known as the self proclaimed Gold Digger. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I am so glad to have you. But if you are a fellow gold digger, then welcome back. Y'all know I love and I appreciate each and every one of you. All right. If this is your first time tuning in, this is Tipsy Tuesdays, where we take some sips as I share some tips. Tonight is going to be extra special because this is week 2 of our side hustle workshop. And we are also going to be playing another bingo game where you will have an opportunity to win a free coaching session with me. But today's topic that we're going to be talking about when it comes to the side hustle workshop is about making offer and making money in your side hustle. And I will also do live coaching with anyone who is brave enough to volunteer with their particular offer. Now, y'all, I have to make sure I do my social media checks because we today is going to be packed with stuff. I highly, highly recommend you get out your notebook to take notes because there is a lot of information that I'm going to be giving to you on today so that you can have money in your business as well as momentum in your business. But real quick, let me do my last social media check and we are going to get into it because I saw we were good on one other end and it looks like we are good there. All right. So basically, by the time we finish doing everything, what you will be able to do is you are going to know how to create your offer, a mini offer for your business, your side hustle. You're also going to know how to price it, and you're going to be well on your way to make your first $100 using what I am going to be teaching you on tonight. So that's why I say get your pen and paper ready, take notes because this is going to be a lot. So we're jumping right into it because we have so much stuff we need to do tonight. All right. So if you are back from week 1, welcome. I am so glad to have you. And I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to be sharing my screen. So, what's up, y'all? I see Notary World. Good to see you back. She says, hi, girly. Let's get it. Yes, let's get it. Notary World definitely knows how to make money. And April, what's up, boo? Good to see you. She says, hello to all. And I am going to give you a chance if you have not already been able to get the code for the bingo, I'm going to put the website in the chat. Let me do that real quick because I'm not going to be able to put the code on screen just yet. So let me put this in really quick. So if you want to play bingo and you haven't already got access to tonight's game, this is where you need to go and do that because we will be doing that shortly before I do the teaching as well as at the end. So making sure I have the right code because we have been playing a few different bingo games. So I want to make sure you're joining the right bingo game. All right. TNDJ. All right, so that is the code. It's coming up, and I'll put it on the screen so you can see it for bingo. All right. Now, if you missed last week, didn't catch the replay, no worries. You still got time to catch the replay, but I'm going to do a quick recap of it. So last week, we talked about how you need to choose one clear business idea. Stop trying to do a whole bunch of different things, all right? Choose one idea and run with that. And then also, when you choose that idea, you want to make sure that it is actually a real problem. So you want to kind of validate what's the need, assess the situation, how great is the need for this particular service or product that you are offering to people. And then last thing, we talked about shifting your mindset so that you can stop being stuck and start moving, okay? Now, also, if you have not been tuning in the mornings, I have Millionaire Mindset mornings at 8 a.m. And this whole week is focused on mindset. Each week, we're going to have a different theme that we're focusing on in the month of September. So it's going to be going on all month long, but this week is focused on mindset, 8 a.m. So check those out as well. Now, I want to see, I already know who April was here last week, but if you were here last week, please drop a 1 in the chat so I'll know. And if this is your first week, whether you're watching it live or on the replay, drop a 2 in the chat so I can shout you out. And if you're watching the replay too, make sure you comment replay so I can see those people as well. Okay. So April is always representing. She was here last week. So shout out to you, April, and good to see you back. But let's go ahead and get into it, because tonight is not about vibes, although I do bring the vibes. But tonight is not about vibes. It is about bringing you guys value. So I want you to not only get inspired, but I also want to make sure y'all get paid, okay? Because that is the name of the game. We want to make some coins. We want to be profitable so that we can do the things that we would like to do, as well as have the experiences that we like to have, okay? So I'm going to be adding some value, but I'm also going to make sure y'all are getting paid in your side hustles and in your business. Because who's going to turn down some money? All right. So if you have ever said, I have no idea what to charge, or I don't even know what to offer, then tonight is definitely for you, because tonight we are going to fix that. But hopefully too, I would still want you to look at week 1's replay and kind of narrow down your focus so that you can see what area you want to focus on when it comes to your business. All right. So we don't want your side hustle to be sitting pretty with no income. All right. Because if you're not making money, this is not a business. It is a hobby. So tonight, our goal for you, and if you're taking notes, y'all can keep me on task and keep me on point, because my goal for you tonight is for you to set your first revenue goal, to make your money-making offer, and then also make sure that have a strategy for how you're going to make your first $100 using what you already know. All right. Those are the goals for us tonight. That is the goal for that. That's the information I want to get out to you tonight. And then I want you to execute on it. Okay. Because I always say, just like I tell my patients, I'm the coach, but you still got to do the push-ups. So I can't give you the play and you sit on the sidelines still. You still got to go run the play. It doesn't make any sense for me to give you the play and you don't take any action. All right. So I'm about to give you the plays, but you still got to get out on the field or on the court and make the moves, make your money moves, run the play so that you can run up your money and run up your coin. All right. So now I know I built y'all all the way up, but we are going to get into a little bit of bingo. All right. So let me go ahead and y'all know I'll be struggling. Let me see how to share my screen so that you can get the bingo code and be able to do that. Is this the right screen? No. All right. So here we go. That is the screen there, but let me see. All right. So y'all should be able to see, you can scan that QR code for you to be able to join the bingo game. Let me see if I still have it pulled up on my phone. The winner of the bingo game is going to get a free coaching session with me. It'll be a 15-minute coaching session that you will have with me. And actually, April, did you send your email? I haven't seen your email, but then again, I haven't been that good about checking my email. So if you did send it and I overlooked it, I apologize. All right, hold on. I'm trying to find my bingo game, but I might have to scan the QR code again because your girl got a whole bunch of tabs open. Oh, hold on. Here we go. All right. So hopefully everybody has had a chance to scan that bingo code so that we can play some bingo. So hopefully you've had a chance to do that. Now, I'm going to be toggling between 2 different screens. So I'm not going to see what y'all see on the screen. So, because I got to get the game started. Seeing we are about to start. And even if you don't have it, what does it show for y'all? Okay, so it is counting down. All right. I'm calling out the first square. So the first square is, and this is about monetizing your business. Have you posted your offer online? That is our first bingo square. Our next bingo square is, did you open up a business bank account? And hopefully y'all are playing along because I cannot see y'all right now as I'm doing all the bingo stuff. All right, next up is, have you set up an online payment system, or you did set up an online payment system? That's our next bingo square. You actually added a payment link to your socials or your website. You are well on your way to make some money in your business. Because y'all, how we supposed to make money in the business, and we don't even tell people how they're supposed to pay us? All right, next up is, you set up an automatic payment reminder or recurring billing for your clients. Let's see, how many is that? All right, y'all. And this is just, I should have told y'all, this is just a little bingo tease. We are not going to play the whole game until the end. So this is going to be our last one. You created a digital download. So I don't think anybody has gotten bingo yet, but I figured I would break up the bingo game like this because last time we went overtime, and I'm trying to make sure we don't go overtime this evening, since I know I have a lot to do. So this is our I don't know how many I called out, but I called out, I think, 5 or 6 squares. So anyone who hops on late, you can still join the bingo game because it will show you any of the bingo cards that you missed. So when we come back in at the end of the coaching or the teaching session, you will be able to pick up the bingo game and continue to play. All right. And April is asking, what's my email address? All right. So let me put my email address in the chat, and then it's golddiggergoals@gmail.com. So you hold on. Can y'all see my email address? Let me see. Because sometimes, all right, I put it up there so you can email me. I know sometimes when I put it in the regular comments, it's like YouTube flags it and you can't always share your email. Okay. All right. So we played a few of the bingo game, and y'all, I really didn't mean to play, but I was clicking them off. But probably when we join again, I'll make sure not to hit any more of the squares so that I don't accidentally win like I did last time. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that we can get into the coaching and everything. So let's see. All right, there we go. Y'all see my notes? All of these notes. I got 4 pages of notes that we have to get through today. All right. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of information. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. How you can make money in your business or your side hustle, as well as gain momentum. So the first step that I want you to do, hopefully you had time to grab pen and paper so you can be able to take notes. The first step I want you to do is I want you to set your first $100 goal, okay? And I want you to keep it simple. You want to make this target real and tangible, okay? You want an easy win. So $100 is, I don't want to sound, bougie or anything. $100 is really not a lot. That is a small goal. So if it seems big to you, hopefully you'll start dreaming bigger and pushing yourself even harder. But we just want to set a small target, a real small goal. So $100 is not that much. All right. And I say that too, because I know you might want to make 6 figures. I know you might want to make 5 figures or whatever, but we're going to start off with that small target. Okay. Because you don't need $1 million plan. You just need that first $100 to help you get going. Because if you can make $100, then you can make $200. If you can make $200, you can make $500. If you can make $500, then you can make $1,000. But first, you have to figure out how to make that first $100. Okay, so setting a very simple target of $100. And because we want a real, intangible, easy win. Okay. And we're not shooting too big at first because we can't aim for 10K if we haven't even made $10. All right. Just keeping it real. You you haven't even made $10 and you're trying to shoot for 10K. That's not realistic. All right. That's why I say we want to have a real tangible goal. And we want to have something that is going to be producing cash first for us, as well as producing cash fast for us. So let's go ahead and break that down. All right. What does $100 goal look like? And let me see. Oh, April, I see. Okay, you just emailed me. Perfect. So I'll send you out that link probably tomorrow afternoon, so you can be able to set up your coaching session. So let's break down what that $100 might look like. Okay. So if you're selling a product or if you're providing a service, this formula will apply to you because you just got to break it down. So if you have a $20 product, all you need is 5 customers to get to $100. That's how we're breaking it down. Okay. So 5 customers where you sold them a $20 product will get you your $100. So if that's something that you have, if you have a $20 product, then you break that down and you figure out how you're going to sell it. Now, if you have a $10 product, guess what? That means that you're going to need 10 people that you need to sell to, or 10 things or 10 items that you need to sell, because it doesn't necessarily have to be 10 people. One person can buy 10 items for $10 items from you. But you would need to sell 10 items in order to hit your $100 goal. If you have a $5 product, then that means that's 20 people. Okay. That's how we're breaking it down. But hopefully you don't have a product less than $10 unless you sell like food or something like that, maybe. But even food is getting even pricier for people. So $10 hopefully is the lowest that we're going to go. So, but initially, let's just start off with 20. So if you have a $20 product, which a lot of things, $20, I think is a reasonable price. Like most people, depending on what you're selling, wouldn't mind giving you $20. So if you have a $20 product or a $20 service or a $20 offer that you are trying to sell, all you need is 5 people that you need to market to. Now, if you are able to create a bigger offer or provide a more premier product or service, let's say your offer is $50, or let's say your product is worth $50, or you put products together and created a bundle. So maybe you do have $5 items or $5 products that you're selling, or $10 products that you're selling. How can you put that together in a bundle and either make a $20 product or a $50 product? Because if you make a $50 product or offer a $50 service, then all you need is two customers and you've hit your $100 goal. That's how easy it is. And you mean to tell me, because the whole purpose of this workshop is for you to get $100 in 30 days. That was my goal when I kind of put it out there for y'all. When I introduced it to y'all, I said, I want y'all to use this and take this and make $100 within the first month. Okay. I would love for you to make more, but if we think about it, if you had a $50 offer, you should be able to make $100 in a month. I mean, because all you need is 2 people or 2 purchases, because one person can buy 2 different things from you. So that's all you need. And there's 30 days in the month. You mean to tell me you can't find 2 people in 30 days that would buy your product? All right. So you just got to break it down. You can't get overwhelmed like, I got to try and sell $100. Break it down and see, what does that mean? If it's a $20 product, that means you have to sell 5 things. If it's a $50 product, that means you have to sell 2 to people. And if it's a $100 product, that means you only got to find one person willing to purchase your $100 product or service. So if you reach out to at least 5 people every day, you should be able to Find those 5 people if you had a $20 product, or find those 2 people if you had a $50 product, or find that one person if you had a $100 product. If you are reaching out to people on a daily basis, if you are not telling people about your business, if you are not trying to promote your business, then guess what? You're not going to make sales. All right. But if you're putting it out there, you're going to make money. All right. And don't be distracted and don't be discouraged by the fact that all you made was $100. Okay. Because I know it would be real nice if we could make 6 figures. That would be really, really nice. It'd be real nice if we could make by that small amount. Let me see. All right, I'm back, y'all. I don't know what's going on. The internet lately has not liked me going live. But anyway, I was saying don't get distracted and don't get discouraged by only making $100, because sometimes we are distracted by trying to make 6 figures, but at the same time, we're scared to even charge $6. Okay. So we got these 6-figure goals, but we're scared to charge people $6. All right. So don't get distracted. Don't get discouraged. Start with that small amount and eventually it will grow. All right. So here's what I want to do. If you plan on putting this in action, I want you to drop your $100 plan in the chat. Let me know how many people are you going to try and reach this month or this week, however you want to break it down. How many people you're planning to reach, and think about that. If you reach those different people, how much cash do you plan on making? So, like I said, if it's a $20 product, all you have to reach is 5 people or make 5 sales. But let's say you have a $20 product and you said, I think I can reach 10 people. Then that means you're going to make $200 this month. Or if you have a $50 product and you said, oh, I think I can at least get to 5 people, then that means you're going to make $250. Okay. So how many people are you going to reach and how much cash are you going to make? All right. And if you're watching the replay, you can do the same thing and put your plan in the chat. All right. So that was step 1. I'm taking a sip. And we're going to move on to step 2. Excuse me. All right. So now step 2 is now you need to create your no-brainer offer. All right. Because if people are confused, a confused person will not buy. All right. So once again, we need to keep it simple. We're going to keep it simple, keep it sexy, and keep it sellable. All right. The 3 S's, and just like my name. So keep it simple, keep it sexy, and keep it sellable. All right. And the sexy just means you want to keep it enticing. You want to make sure you have an enticing offer, but it's also a simple offer that will easily sell. Okay. So in order to create that kind of offer, you need to have an offer that will actually work. And an offer that works is going to solve one painful problem or one specific problem. So we talked about this in week 1 about narrowing it down. Okay. How big is the problem that you are trying to address, and checking out to see, is it a real tangible problem, something that can be profitable? Okay. So you want to solve one painful problem or one specific problem. Now you also need to give them a clear promise and a clear outcome. Just like at the top of this video, I laid out what my objectives were for you, what I wanted you to be able to achieve by the time I finished this teaching with you. Okay. So your sale and your offer needs to do the same thing. It should offer a clear promise and a clear outcome. No matter if you're selling lotion, no matter if you're selling candles, no matter if you're selling a t-shirt. Okay. This t-shirt promises to be comfortable, as well as, a bright, colorful color, something really simple. All right. So keep your promise clear, and make sure that they understand the outcome. And you want to be able to deliver it in a short time frame. Okay. So something fast or simple. Now, I say this more so because of the fact that I told you I want you to make $100 within that first month. So we don't want something that is long and drawn out where it's going to take time for you to make money, or it's going to take 6 months for you to get your money. Hopefully y'all are not offering any products or services where it takes 6 months for you to see the return on what the people are buying, like, I don't know, like the Klarna and Afterpay stuff. Hopefully you don't have anything set up in that manner where somebody's paying you $5 a month and it takes, forever for you to get your money or whatever. So you want something that you're going to be able to deliver in a short time frame and is not going to be time consuming. And then you also want to make sure that you offer it at a no-brainer price. What does that mean? That whatever you're offering, whether it's a product or a service, you are offering at a price that makes sense to your consumer or the person who is going to be buying it. Okay. So don't charge necessarily a crazy amount. And I've told y'all before, a crazy amount can be crazy high or crazy low. Most of the time y'all err on the side of charging crazy low prices that do not make sense. All right. So you want to make sure you are offering at a price that is not only a benefit to you as someone who's selling it, but it's also something beneficial. Like it's not going to be astronomical for the person who is purchasing it as well. All right. So keep your offer small, keep it fast, and keep it clear. All right. That's what you want to do. Because if your offer needs 3 paragraphs in order for you to explain what is going on, what it's going to do, what it's going to offer, what it's going to deliver, that is not an offer. That is a thesis, or it might even be a TED Talk. All right. You need your offer to be short and sweet. Okay. Get to the point so they know what you are offering. All right. So I want you to craft your offer to people that whatever you're going to provide for them. All right. Craft your offer. Say, hey, I'm selling this thing for, $25. I have this t-shirt that I'm selling for $20, whatever it is. Okay. And this t-shirt is for people who, like to wear bright and colorful shirts or something like that, whatever it's for. Or I'm selling candles, or I'm offering, I don't know, babysitting services for the parent or the parents that need a night out, whatever it is. And I'm offering this for X amount of money. That is essentially what your offer is. And I think maybe I have it later. I'm trying to see in my notes. I thought I had how you can frame your offer, but I don't see it. Maybe I forgot to include it in here. If I find it later, then I'll put it in there. But your offer, you should say what you're offering, how much it is, and who it is for. Okay. That is basically what it is. But I thought I had an example for you guys, but I don't see it. All right. Now, moving along to the next step. The next step that you're going to do is you have to price it with confidence. All right. So pricing is not just about math. This is also a mirror to your mindset. All right. We talked about this so many times. Sometimes y'all are underpricing, undervaluing your products or services because you don't see the true value that you are providing to your customer, to your consumer. Okay. Price is essentially perceived value. That is all price is. It is the perceived value. Just like I use cars as an example. Everybody is not buying like a Bentley, okay? Everybody is not even buying, a Mercedes or a BMW. People spend their money because a car takes you from point A to point B. Yes, some of them look better than the others because of that, it has a perceived value. If you like, I don't know, if you like Toyotas and someone else likes Nissans, guess what? You're going to pay that money for the Toyota versus the Nissan because you like how it looks. You're not going to spend your money on the Nissan because you don't think it looks good. That is your perceived value, what you find valuable, what you like, okay? And that's all that the price is. That's why you need to get to know who your customer is and who your consumer is so you can know what they like and what they're attracted to so that when you price stuff, it is in line with what they are expecting, okay? All right, so price is perceived value, all right? So, and you need to start charging like you actually believe in your brilliance, okay? If it feels scary to say the price, then it's probably right. Let that be your guide. All right. If the price that you are saying you feel a little nervous saying it, it's probably right. Okay. It's probably right. If you don't feel nervous saying it at all, if it just rolls off your tongue a little bit too smoothly, you probably need to go up a little bit. All right. But if you feel a little nervous, you feel a little shaky when you relay that price, you're in the right ballpark, chances are. All right. So the other thing you want when you're doing your pricing, here's some things that you want to consider. The value, price based off of the value instead of your time. Okay. So sometimes we are going off our time because that's how our employers pay us usually. A lot of people work hourly jobs, so you get an hourly wage. So you're going off of that. But with you being a small business owner or you having a side hustle, you want to look at the value that you're actually providing and not as well as the time. And sometimes the value is way more profitable or higher than the time that you might put in there. We get this, I know I get this all the time when it comes to like notary work. Like, okay, yes, it may only take me 10 minutes to do a notarization, but the value that I'm providing, the fact that I'm helping you save your home because it's about to go into foreclosure if you don't get these papers signed, or the fact that, hey, you can get these papers signed and now you can't. All right, I'm back, y'all. Sorry that y'all lost me. But I was saying, like, if the travel paperwork isn't notarized for a child to go on their trip, now you lose out on the money because they can't travel. Yes, it only takes me a few minutes to do it, or or to execute the documents. But the value that I'm providing, not just to the people who are coming to me, but also the value and as well as the trust that the care that has been entrusted to me, because I am supposed to ensure that the right people are signing these important documents. All right. That has been entrusted to me. So because of the responsibility attached to that, there is some value associated with that. If not, they would have anybody and their mama out here doing different things and not validating stuff. So think about that. Also remember that people pay for speed, they pay for ease, and they pay for transformation. That's why weight loss programs are popular. That's why gym memberships are possible, because people are paying for transformation when it comes to like gym memberships or weight loss and stuff like that. They want to pay for transformation. They also want to pay for speed. So if you can do something or provide them something in a quick manner, they're usually willing to pay for it. Also, they pay for ease, meaning if you can make something easier for someone else, something that they don't have to spend hours doing or take time doing, they will pay for it. Just like people will pay to have their home clean, or they pay someone else to wash their car or go to the car wash. Okay. They pay for that. They pay for the ease of it, the easiness of it, the convenience of it. Okay. So just keep that in mind when it comes to pricing your stuff. And stop guessing. Decide what you want to charge people and charge boldly. Okay. So please, please, please keep that in mind. And then some additional tips that I'm just going to highlight really quickly. Kind of already talked about this one. You want to price based on the transformation that you're going to provide and not just the time. And people are going to want to pay you, or typically will pay more for speed or for ease. That's why another good example is like when you do Uber Eats or DoorDash or those kinds of things. The price, I've talked about this too before, the price is usually more expensive because we're paying for that convenience, we're paying for that ease, okay? And also add urgency to your offers. So if it's like only 5 spots left, or only 5 more shirts left at this particular rate, or this sale ends at this time, or this particular price will end at this time, or quantities limited, supplies limited, those kind of things create a sense of urgency to kind of help people be more willing to buy and willing to buy more quickly. Okay. Also, another thing is stop using your own checking account as your pricing target. What do I mean by that? You are not your target audience. Okay. So stop pricing your stuff as if you are buying it. Okay. Just because you might not pay that much doesn't mean someone else wouldn't pay that much, okay? All right, because here's something I want you to consider, and I'm actually going to put it in the chat. What would you charge if you were 10 times more confident? I want y'all to really think about that. What would you charge if you were 10 times more confident? Whatever your offer is now, if you were 10 times more confident, would it still be the price that it is now? Or would it be something different? So I'm going to put that in the chat for y'all. I'm going to put it in there real quick. And then let's see. How we doing on time? Oh, we doing pretty good on time. All right. Yeah, those were the tips that I had. And then if anyone would like to do a live coaching with me, like if you have an offer and you want me to review it, I will do that after we do the bingo game. So just put it in the chat. But let me put this in because I'm talking, trying to type and everything. What would you charge if you were 10 times more confident? What would you charge? April says, I would double it. See? You wouldn't 10x it since you're 10 times more confident. But what would you charge if you were 10 times more confident? That really puts things into perspective because it lets us know that sometimes we are not charging what we should be charging just because we don't have the confidence to do so. And that's why this week, like with the Millionaire Mindset Mornings, this first week, we are focusing on mindset. We have to get our minds right so that our business can grow. If we don't have our minds right, our business is not going to grow like it's supposed to because we keep limiting the profitability of our business because our mindsets, our beliefs are limited in what we're capable of, what we can achieve, the things that we can accomplish and have success with. All right. But that is what I had. If you are watching the replay, please put in confident in the chat with your new price for those catching it tomorrow or the days to follow, because I also want to hear from you guys. I have something really simple that I'm going to give you to kind of help you remember these tips that I'm giving you. And then we're going to finish up our bingo game. And then after that, y'all know I love to kind of give y'all a whole bunch of stuff and over deliver. I do have a little something extra for you afterwards too. All right, so I pretty much gave you all the tips, but I am going to give you something to help you be able to remember these tips. All right. And it is it's going to be super simple. So simple that the actual framework for it is called Simple. This is my Simple framework, SIMPLE. Okay. So here's what I want you to remember. And I'm going to put this in the chat too. The S stands for solve one specific problem. We talked about that. We talked about that today. And that was our focus on last week. We want to make sure we solve one specific problem, okay? You can't be everything to everybody, all right? And if you're trying to sell to everybody, it's not going to happen, okay? So you can't be everything to everybody. You just need to be the Tylenol, not the multivitamin, okay? Be the Tylenol and not the multivitamin. Solve one specific problem. All right. Like Tylenol, it solves pain. All right. Usually pain and inflammation. But the multivitamin, it has a multitude of things in there to kind of address a whole bunch of different needs. So you don't need to be the multivitamin. You need to be the Tylenol and solve one specific problem. All right. So that's what the S stands for. I stands for have ideal client clarity. Do you have clarity on your ideal client? So I'm going to put that in. Ideal client clarity. If you don't have it, you need to get it. All right. That is the I in that. Because like I said, If you are selling to everyone, you're really selling to no one. And I've told y'all before, even though your product or service can be a benefit to everyone, that doesn't mean that everyone is your customer. All right. Everyone is not your customer, even though it can benefit everyone, even though, anybody could use it. There are specific target demographics who you need to be marketing to, who you need to be selling your product to. So you have to get your ideal client clarity, okay? The M in simple stands for message it clearly. So you need to make sure your message is clear, all right? If not, like I said earlier, a consumed customer will not buy. Actually, we should call it a consumed person because they ain't your customer because they haven't bought, all right? Because they so confused. So message it clearly. So when it comes to packaging your offer, like we talked about earlier, you need to keep it clear and you need to keep it concise. Don't make it into a TED Talk. Don't make it into a thesis. Keep it short and sweet so they'll know what you're offering. And I found this out too from listening to different marketing things, as well as my pastor. He mentions this too, and sometimes when he is preaching, that you should use fifth grade words, because most people do not or a lot of people, I don't know what the statistics are, but a lot of people don't understand past the fifth grade level. So don't use too many big fancy words. Use fifth grade level words so that everybody can understand, because no one's impressed by you using fancy words when you're trying to sell to them, okay? Unless you got some bougie products that you're trying to sell or whatever. So use fifth grade words and make sure your messaging is clear. So that was the M in simple. The P in simple is price with purpose. So price it with purpose is what you need to do. And we talked about that as well. And charge accordingly. And hold on. All right, I'm back, y'all. We talked about making sure when you're thinking about your price, think about the transformation you're going to make. All right, think about the value that you're going to be providing. How much time are you saving this person? How much money are you saving this person? How much easier are you making this person's life? Okay, so price it with purpose. Don't just take your time into consideration, like how much time is going to take you. Think also about how much time are you saving this person. All right. Or if they had to do it themselves, what would happen? So price it with purpose. Now the L in simple stands for launch it messy. Now, not too messy though, y'all. Mainly launch it messy means go ahead and start, because some of y'all be waiting till things are perfect instead of just starting and making adjustments later. All right. Everything does not have to be perfectly aligned for you to start your product, start or sell your business, product or service, okay? And launch your business. So launch it messy. Pretty doesn't pay. Pretty doesn't pay because it's still sitting on the shelf and nobody knows about it, all right? So launch it messy, tweak and make adjustments later. Now, I said messy, not sloppy. So yeah, it might be a few little things we need to clean up, but we're not going to be sloppy. All right. So just put it out there, fix it and tweak it as you go. All right. That was the L in simple. And the last one, the E, stands for engage your people. Engage your people. Who are your people? That is going to be your ideal client. That is going to be your ideal customer. All right. And when it comes to engaging your people, you need to talk about it more than once. All right. Stop saying, well, I put a post out there last week about my business and nobody said anything. Put a post out there every day. Put it out there twice a day if you got the time, 3 times a day, as many times as you want. Okay. Because the same people are not seeing the same thing. All right. So post, talk about it more than once, because that algorithm, it ain't loyal to nobody. It's not loyal to nobody, and it's not going to be loyal to you either. So post, put it out there, post multiple times, okay? Engage with your people. Because if you can keep it simple, you can keep it profitable. All right. So let me put that in. Keep it simple so you can keep it profitable. Keep it simple so you can keep it profitable. Now, y'all let me know, has this been helpful for y'all? I hope so. Real quick, the recap of the simple framework is S, solve one specific problem. I is ideal client clarity. So identify your ideal client. M is message it clearly. P is price it with purpose. L is launch it messy. And E is engage with the people. Engage with your people. All right. And April says, that's right. You better promote that product. Yes. Thank you, April. All right. Now we are going to transition back into playing bingo. And then after we play bingo, I have one last bonus that's going to get y'all hyped up. Or I hope it's going to get you hyped up and everything. So we're going to play bingo. So I'm going to share my screen again so that everybody can jump in and be able to partake and win a coaching session with me. So let's see. All right, hold on. Let me see how I can share my screen again. Share screen. Okay, here we go. All right, so our last bingo square says that I had called out was created a digital download. If for some reason, let me see if I can see some of them. I don't know if I can see all of them. All right, I can see some of them from what we had last time, but if you are late in playing, hopefully they're all highlighted. I'm just going to quickly say we talked. One of the squares was posted your offer online, opened a business bank account, set up an online payment system, added a payment link to your socials and website, set up an automatic, I think it's set up an automatic payment because I'm not seeing the full thing. And the last one was created a digital download. All right. So if you don't see that, then that's on you, because, and y'all, hopefully my internet does not go out again, because I won't be able to see when it does, because I won't be on the screen where I can see everything like it is right now. So I'm about to toggle to a different screen and call out the next bingo card. All right, so the next one up is sold out of your product or service. All right, and I'm going to quickly go through these because I still got to do one more last little bit of coaching. Next one is collected emails for your marketing. Have you done that yet for your business? Next is introduce an affiliate or referral program. As you get more advanced, that could be something that you could add to your business. Next up is came up with a mini offer. And I am not playing. I'm just looking at it on my phone so that I don't accidentally win. Next one is created a wait list for an upcoming offer. That would be nice. Next is created a pricing strategy. And we talked about this today a little bit, but we're actually going to go more in detail next week during that workshop. So let's see. Scheduled a discovery call. Have you done that in your business? Next one is launched a monetized YouTube or podcast channel. I've talked to I won't say so many people. I've talked to several different people who keep telling me, I want to start my YouTube channel. Just launch it. Just get started. Get started. Next is created a low, mid, and high tiered offer. Have you done that for your business or your side hustle? Next is booked your first client. Hopefully you have done that. If not, hopefully you will be doing that real soon. No one's gotten bingo yet, huh? Set your first income goal. And hopefully I helped you to do that today. We at least set a goal for $100, but you can set a goal bigger as well now that you know how to kind of break it down so that you can be able to achieve it. Next up is ask 3 people for feedback. All right. Next one is posted a paid ad or sponsored a post. All right. Our next, hold on. Player earn bingo. All right. So let me stop. Let's see who got bingo. Who got bingo? Okay. April got bingo. Hold on. I forgot. I got to stop the game. Let me stop the game and hit finish. And then it should put April's name up here. Congratulations, April. Oh, Monica had no points. Let's see. Tess, that is me playing as the Tess. And I stopped playing. And then April won with 175 points. So, April, I guess what I'm going to just do is extend your coaching session. So instead of it being 15 minutes, we will make it 30 minutes for you so that you'll have a longer time. So yes, congratulations to April. All right, y'all. I'm super duper proud of myself because I am doing really good on time. Last time I had y'all over, but I have 8 minutes left because I'm trying to stay within the hour. So I have 8 minutes left and I have time to do the bonus part of the teaching with you. And then we'll be all done. And this bonus will only take maybe 3 minutes or so, 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how I'm talking. All right. So I told you I had an extra little bonus. April, you silly. I see your comment. She's talking about, I'm not here to play. I'm here. I'm here to win. That's right, though. We here to win. That's right. I told you in the beginning. We ain't just here for vibes, all right? We try to make sure we make some money and get some value, all right? So April made sure she got some value tonight, all right? You up, get you excited. Y'all, I'm about done with this internet. I'm about done. Okay. So, as I was saying, this last bonus is to hype you up, to get you excited about making your offer, about getting your first $100 in your business, because I want you to win, just like April did. I want you to win. I want you to succeed. I want you to be awesome and amazing. Well, even more awesome and amazing, because, my whole Gold Digger family, y'all are already awesome and amazing. So I want you to be an even better version of that. I always want you to be your best self and be achieving your goals and your dreams and living those things out. So this bonus teaching is to help get you hyped up and excited about your business and your side hustle so that you can make that $100, make that $1,000, and eventually make that $10,000 and that $100,000, that 6 figures. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to help you post your offer on social media because we are about taking action, okay? So I showed you how to craft the offer. I showed you how to price that offer. Now it's time to post that offer on social media, okay? So that you can start getting that bread in, so that you can start getting some money and start being profitable, all right? So with that being said, I have another acronym for you to help you remember, to help you to be able to execute on this. And the acronym for that is HYPE. Yes, hype, hype, hype. I'm hyping you up. If y'all didn't guess, we'll be using hype so much to lead up to this. So we're going to get hype about our offer. All right. So it's time to get hype about our offer. So first things first, the H in hype is you got to hook the people. Okay. You got to hook them and keep them from scrolling. So they scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Y'all know how y'all do when y'all are on social media. So we got to do something to hook them in. Okay, to engage them in. All right, we can't catch a fish without the hook, so we got to hook them in. All right, so you want to make sure when you post on social media that you have a good hook for your offer. All right, something that is going to come on and reel them in, stop them from all that doom scrolling or that casual scrolling that they're doing, and pay attention to what you have. All right, that was the H. So let me put that in the chat. Hype, 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 hype you up. So hype is the acronym. You do this. And the H is for hook. Y'all, this thing is going so slow today. H, hook. So hook the people so that they can be enticed by your offer. Now, the why in hype is you need to explain your why and your what. All right. So here, okay, this is where it is. I was like, where is the offer formula I have for you? So an example you have is like, I created this $47 offer because I got tired of watching women undercharge and overthink. All right. That is your why and your what. All right. I'm going to give you that example again. This is just an example. I created this $47 offer because I got tired of watching women undercharge and overthink. All right. So the why in hype is your why and your what. Why did you create this offer and what did you do? What did you do it for? Your why and your what. All right. So when you post on social media, make sure you have that in there. You hook them in and then you tell them why. Tell them your why and tell them what. The P is your promise of the result. Okay. So you need to promise them something. Just like I promised y'all something in the beginning. I promise you should be able to craft your $100 offer. You will know how to do it, how to break it down, and be able to make money. So you got to promise the result. All of this you need to be doing when you post on social media about your product. You can't just put a product up there and say, here, buy my shirt for $10, or here, buy my candles for $5 or $20, or whatever it is. You can't just do that. All right. You got to hook them in, tell your why and your what, as well as promise the result. All right. So let's put promise the result. Because what if you were selling weight loss pills and you didn't have any promises? Like, well, you might lose weight or you might not, or you didn't have no before and after pictures for people to see. You know, you gotta tell, okay, I'm taking these pills for what? I'm gonna lose what, 10 pounds? Oh no, 10 ounces? No. I don't want those pills for no 10 ounces. That ain't even a pound. All right. What is the promise? All right. Promise the result. And then the last thing is in hype is engage with a CTA. The CTA it stands for a call to action. So that's like saying comment ready or DM me for this offer. You need them to do something. You need them to take action. So the E is engage with a CTA. So make sure you're doing that when you post on social media so that your offer can be hype. All right. So if you're going to post and your offer is going to be hype, put my offer is going to be hype in the chat so I can see you, as well as if you are also watching this later on the replay. All right. So here to help you out, I had a little framework. This is what I was looking for earlier. So basically your formula for posting on social media is offering whatever your offer name is for whatever the price is to help your audience get the result. DM me ready to claim your spot. Let me put this in the chat because then it'll make more sense instead of what I'm doing now. I wish there was a way for me to copy and paste this. Actually, let me go to my notes. I'm going to actually find it in my notes and copy and paste this so I don't actually have to type it all out. So let's copy this. And that way, when you see it, it'll make more sense than me trying to tell you it, because me saying it, I was like, that don't even sound right. But I promise, once you see it, it'll make sense. All right, so you can see it here. So I'm offering whatever it is. So I'm offering candles for $20 to help, I don't know, busy moms get relaxation. So that's what the result is. DM me ready to claim your spot. All right. So whatever your offer is, or whatever your product is, or whatever your service is, that's what's going to go into the offer name. And then you're going to put your price in there. Whoever your audience, whoever your target demographic is, we talked about that before, getting clarity on your audience. Who your audience is and what is the result. So that is exactly what we talked about in the hype formula. But you got to still have your hook, okay? You got to hook them in, all right? So that was a lot, y'all. Now, I do have one more small favor for you that I need you to do. A couple more small favors. When you post your offer on social media this week or next week, hopefully you're going to do it this month, all right? When you post your offer on social media, please, please, please tag me on IG at Gold Digger Chick, all right? When you post, because I want to hype you up and I want to be able to share in your offer, or be able to share your post or whatever with the offer that you have. So I want you to put hype in there, as well as tag me, and let me put my tag in there on IG. It is at Gold Digger Chick. That is also my tag for YouTube. So tag me at Gold Digger Chick when you post, so I can see it and hype you up, okay? Because I'm also going to be checking to make sure you follow the hype formula as well when it comes to posting on social media. If you follow the hype formula, guess what? I'm going to hype you up. I'm going to big you up and give you all the congratulations that you need. And depending on what your offer is, I might actually buy your offer, all right? So, yes, please, please, please do that. All right, so real quick, I did go over a little bit, but we're about to wrap it up. So I want to do a quick recap on what we covered tonight, as well as let you know what's coming for next week. Get excited. So tonight we covered how to set your first income goal, how to create a mini offer, how to price with confidence, right? Because what we talked about, how much would you charge if you were 10 times more confident? How much would you charge? So we talked about pricing with confidence, and we just finished up with posting with power. How can you make a powerful post that will help you generate clients and customers? Okay. Shout out to all the people, the people who stayed the full time. If you stayed the whole time, April, hopefully you hanging with me. Let me know in the chat. I celebrate you. I'm proud of you. I'm so happy that you continue to rock with me, because it was a long session tonight. Also, remember to tag me in your post for this week at Gold Digger Chick, so I can shout you out when you do that. And next week, on week 3, we are talking sales. All right. So next week is all going to be about sales, how to promote your offer to other people without feeling salesy, without feeling sleazy, without feeling like you're spamming people, that kind of thing. So we're going to be talking offer. All right. All right. I'm back. Okay. That's a sign that it must be telling me I need to wrap it up. But I was just saying, you can't sell anything if you don't have an offer. So we can't talk about sales if you never even created an offer. All right. So that's why I get to your offer, so that we can dive even deeper on sales, because this workshop is just building upon each other. So if you miss week 1, go back, look at week 1. If you jumped in late on this one, go back and watch the full thing, so that you will be ready on week 3, so that you can promote your offer in the best way. And anyone who is going to be launching their offer this week, please, please, please put that in the comments that you are launching. And also be sure to tag your business bestie or someone who can benefit from this. And if you also want to go deeper in this, if you found this really, really helpful, but you feel like you might need some more help or more one-on-one attention, then please DM me on IG, or you can go to the link that has been scrolling across the screen. That is for more in-depth coaching, and I can provide you with one-on-one business coaching. Okay. April has already won her business coaching twice, so now she's going to get a 30-minute session with me. But if you feel like you need more one-on-one attention, then that's my link there, or you can DM me on IG at Goal Digger Chick, and I will connect you so you'll be able to get some one-on-one coaching. Also, please remember to like and subscribe. And lastly, remember, I'm going live, so I got to get up bright and early, 8 a.m. each morning in September with Millionaire Mindset Mornings, where I'm going to be sharing little nuggets, business tips with you every day for the month of September. All right. So that is pretty much all I have. I just want to leave you with this. Clarity without cash is cute, but we are here to build wealth and not wish lists. Okay. So just keep that in mind. I want you to build wealth, y'all, not wish lists. All right. Until next time. Good night, April. Good night, everyone. She said I'm still here, but then she's talking about good night. No, but I know it has been a long one, and I end up still running over because I be talking too much. But good night, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I will see y'all tomorrow at 8 a.m. And next week we'll do part 3 of the workshop. Bye, guys.